Next came the hands-on workshop exercise. This is the main event of the night. Here's a photograph taken before the workshop started showing the materials that we provided for each table. There are markers, sign-in sheets, name tags, and information about the project, along with the all-important aerial photograph on the table. Here's an exercise that was conducted where people were just given red dots and green dots and asked to put a green dot on pictures they liked and a red dot on pictures they didn't like. And in subsequent days, the team tallied all of these things and reported back on the pairs of photographs and showed the preferences in the public meeting for these images. This is a nice way to take a quick survey in the room and get people working on a simple exercise. From the front of the room, ground rules were presented for how this would be conducted. Now, in the next part here, you're going to actually practice one of these exercises. You're going to learn how to do it. But basically, you ask people to focus on what they want to do. Don't worry about how to do it. Build up your ideas, draw them, argue with your pencils, try not to have speeches, and have fun. So here is again, the corridor that was presented for the vision exercise. In the workshop, people not only worked on the whole corridor, but they zoomed in and worked on a few areas around which they lived. Here's a target map that one area around this shopping center area, and here's an example of what one table did. A lot of words, a lot of circles. Another table, must have had architects at it, worked on actually an urban design plan for redeveloping the shopping center in this area. Here's the study area for the hands-on exercise. It is just west of Michigan State University. You see Michigan State University on the bottom right. This is the western edge of that very large campus with a residential quadrangle there right where it says Michigan. Above that you see Michigan Avenue running from Lansing on the west out to East Lansing on the east. Michigan Avenue is a car-oriented street, an arterial that is not very pedestrian friendly. It passes underneath Route 127, which is just to the left of the center going north and south. Route 127 is an older type of highway with the slip lanes on and off. It provides the route goes over Michigan Avenue, so Michigan Avenue creates kind of a tunnel underneath the 127 overpass, which makes it even less pedestrian friendly. At the very top you see this Devil's Triangle. That's the intersection of two roads, which is a real mess for traffic in that area. Then down below that, a dedicated park. This is a narrow piece of land that was dedicated by an owner to be a park forevermore. Then down below that you have some existing office park, and to the left of it is the Frandor Shopping Center. This is an older shopping center which is fully leased. Most of the leases in the shopping center are about 10 years old, and below that is the Sears, which has a 10 or 15 year lease. So these shopping areas are doing quite well in the near future. Most importantly, you have Red Cedar area below that, the open space. This used to be a golf course. It's owned by the city of Lansing, and developers are keen to develop this piece of property, especially along Michigan Avenue. Community members are keen to have the area, especially below that, remain open. This won't be too hard because this is floodplain area. As you see, there's a stream that runs through that bottom part of the Red Cedar area into Michigan State University. Then you have some car lots off to the left and largely residential, single-family residential areas to the west and to the east of this slide. So this will be the study area for the hands-on workshop exercise. Here is a table working on that very map. Uh, this is about the right size of a table. We have 2, 4, 6, 7 adults and one little one who came equipped with his own crayons. Great idea. So this group is getting ready to go on their exercise. And here we have the report back moment. These are actually 3 pictures from this same moment. The bottom right shows the charrette team in the foreground transcribing the ideas that the community member is standing up presenting. Up on the top middle you see the results of that person's presentation being typed by the charrette team, and on the bottom left you see the drawings that are being presented at the report out section. I'd like to point out that one of the most fun and important parts of the whole charrette was when a few members of the charrette team went to the local middle school and worked with the teacher there to do the very same exercise that was done by the adults in the public meeting. And you can see here that these children really get into it. It's a wonderful thing to do for everybody involved. The children are actually really smart urban designers. They know the place in a way that nobody else knows it, and ideally these ideas are presented by the children at the charrette. We put their pictures up all over the charrette studio, and people got to see them when they came to the charrette.